Hey guys, Charles Damiano back from the Bruce Lee collection, and I'm over here today in Hector Martinez's Bruce Lee Museum. We just did an episode with him on his 45 records. A couple weeks back we did his album collection. We keep featuring items from his collection because he has one of the most amazing collections I've ever seen. And one of his good friends here, I know him by Spider. I met him numerous times, and I have him as a featured guest today because I learned that Spider originally met Bruce Lee in the early 60s, and I thought it'd be fun for you guys not only to get a chance to meet Spider because he's an amazing guy, but also to hear the story on how Spider met Bruce Lee. So I'm going to start by having Spider introduce himself to you guys, and so maybe Spider, you can, first of all, thank you for coming here and doing this for the show. I think people enjoy hearing on how you met Bruce Lee, and maybe we could start by just telling people your full name, who you are, if you studied martial arts, when you got into it, things of that nature.
My full name is Rafael Spider Rodriquez. I got that name in 1962.
Okay.
My teacher was having 5 of us going over a fence, and the first person who gets over the fence will be the winner. In less than 10 seconds, I was over the fence, so the other 4 guys stopped and said, "Oh, wait a minute, you look just like a spider." So they named me Spider at that time. So they said that's going to be your tournament name. And I got stuck with it. I guess so. So a month later, Stan Lee came out with the first magazine of Spider-Man. So I'm the original Spider-Man.
You are the original Spider-Man, man. I love that story. That is fantastic. Wow. Wow, that's a great story.
It's funny because I met Spider, the guy that does UFC.
Yeah.
And I told him, listen, if you're gonna have that name, you're gonna have a problem with me because I'm the original.
You're the original one.
So he said, "So what you want to do?" So I said, "Well, you're gonna have to fight me for that name." So he went like this, and he gave me a hug. So we hugged with each other, we took pictures, and we became good
Very
friends.
nice, man. Very nice. Fantastic. That's a great story. Thank you for sharing that. So let's get to the story on how you met Bruce Lee, because, you know, I know a lot of the fans that watch this show, they all write in saying, "Oh man, if I only met Bruce Lee, I would have loved to meet him. I hope he was still alive. You know, I would have got a chance to meet him." And you actually had a chance to meet him. Why don't you kind of tell us where it was, what year it was, and what your interaction was like?
In 1967, Master Junri had a tournament in the Shoreham Hotel.
Okay.
Washington, D.C.
In Washington, okay.
Yes. And I met him there because I was just taking pictures all over the place, and Mr. Hayes, my teacher, called me and told me, "Spider, can you take a picture of me and the gentleman here?" I said, "Sure, why not?" You know, I took the picture. Then one of my students, Hector Quiñones, went to the bathroom, and they were actually peeing right next to each other.
Bruce Lee and him.
Bruce Lee and him was peeing right next to each other.
That's
and
funny.
He came out, he running, and he said, "Spider, please, can you take a picture of me and Bruce Lee here?" So I just decided to take a picture of Hector.
Now, were you a photographer at the time? Or
as a hobby.
As a hobby, okay.
Ever since I missed meeting a lot of people, I started taking photography.
Got you.
So anyway, what I did, I took Hector Quiñones and Bruce Lee. I'm the owner of the negative of those pictures.
Wow.
And the pictures you see in magazine or anything, they have not asked me permission for it.
But they're in the magazine.
Some of them people are putting in the
But
magazine.
you have the original photo that you took of Joe Hayes and Bruce Lee.
And Bruce Lee and Hector Quiñones
at the time. Then what was your meeting like when you actually met Bruce Lee? I know you said you shook his hand.
I shook his hand, and it was very gentle. Men shake hands. And
were you expecting that?
I was expecting him to squeeze my hand, so he just shook my hand
lightly.
Very gentle.
Wow, interesting.
I figured, you know, I wanted a real strong handshake, but no.
I would have thought the opposite, because, you know, the way he worked out and his forms were so strong.
I figured since he likes to show his muscles,
yeah,
he shakes, you know. So
his hand would have shaken, but he was very gentle in his handshake
very,
with you.
very gentle.
And did you get a chance to ask him any questions? Like
no, my teacher started talking to him.
Okay, all right, Spider. So you were saying that Bruce's handshake was a little gentle for you.
Yeah,
you thought it was going to be stronger.
Very strong.
Maybe you can tell us what he was wearing when you met him, and if you remember any details about that, his build, his stature.
He had a very fine build, you know. And he had like a long sweater, very tight to the body.
Very fitted. He always liked fitted stuff.
Fitted stuff, yeah.
So it looked like he was in shape.
Very good muscles.
Was he performing at that tournament, or was he just doing the jewelry?
He was introducing the Green Hornet.
Oh, okay.
And trying to show the 2-inch punch.
Oh, so he demonstrated the 2-inch punch at that.
But they had a karate tournament there, so.
And where was that again?
The Shawhan Hotel in Washington.
In Washington. Okay. DC. I got you. And then, so he was there and he was demonstrating his 2-inch punch there at the time.
Then in walks a pleasant little fellow who said, "How many times do I have to tell you? You are doing it all wrong." And the other guy listens intently, unquote.
Well, so were you aware of him from the Green Hornet when you met him? But
I was aware of him because I used to watch the Green Hornet.
Yeah.
But I didn't really care much about the Green Hornet.
Yeah, I got you back then. But, he was just
coming up in popularity. I never knew that this guy was going to be such an icon.
Yeah.
If I would have known that ahead of time, I would have taken a picture.
And then when did you really start getting inspired by him? Like, what was the time for you? What was that?
Honestly speaking, I got into him when he passed away.
Okay.
I got into him more.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, you know, I should have taken a picture of him after I took a picture of my teacher and him.
Right. And then did you see all his films, obviously, Enter the Dragon, and you watched all those during the days, and then when he passed away, and then...
Longstreet, I used to watch Longstreet.
You did?
A lot because of him.
Got you. Wow. It must have been amazing. Just meeting him, I mean, just say you met him, just that, even
Listen,
though that brief
I was on my
moment.
way, to meet Brandon, and the same thing. Like 2 weeks before I'm getting ready to go to meet Brandon in California, he died.
Wow, yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I know, it's crazy. It was a shock to the world when he passed, Bruce passed, and it really threw everyone off kilter at that point. Now, you said something interesting to me, man. You show a lot of respect. I mean, most people in the arts show a lot of respect. That you've been to his gravesite, right? Why don't you kind of share that story?
I've been to his gravesite since he died in 1973. It's going to be 46 years, July.
Wow! So you go every year and pay your respect for the last 46 years.
That's my vacation. I take a whole week to spend it over there.
That is amazing, man.
I clean the grave. I clean his gravesite. I clean everything around it. Keep it clean so when people come in.
Wow, that's amazing.
I sit there from early in the morning until in the afternoon.
And you talk to people. A lot of people seeing continuously.
A lot of people from all over the world come in there. They ask me questions. They take pictures with me and everything because I tell them the story. I show them pictures of Mr. Hayes and Bruce.
Yep.
And that's the reason why, you know, I get to meet more people, more people.
I heard that his gravesite is the most visited gravesite in the world.
Yes.
I heard more people come through to that gravesite than any other grave in the world.
Listen, Jimi Hendrix is in the other town.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix got what Bruce Lee should have. It's the mansion of a
tombstone.
You could see it from the highway.
Wow.
And he has all his family around him, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bruce Lee should have something like that, but you know.
Yeah, it's still the most visited spot, though. Yeah,
the spot here is. And the reason why Bruce Lee chose Seattle, buried there, is because he used to meditate in that cemetery.
Yeah, I heard that, and I heard the view is beautiful when you're sitting there. I heard it's a spectacular view.
When you look down,
yeah, it's a beautiful view, and that's why it's very peaceful up there. I went there once during the Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee Memorial Banquets. Linda and Shannon took us as part of the tour at that time, and that was the one time that I got a chance to be at his gravesite. It was a very surreal feeling at that time. It was really great. Well, I appreciate you sharing this story with us, man, and I know you're also a Bruce Lee collector, so maybe one day you could share a couple of your collectibles with us. Maybe next time I'm over Hector's, we'll invite you, and you could bring a couple of your key pieces with you, because I'm sure the fans would love to see that as well. So I want to thank you for this time today. Thank you for sharing that story. It was very great, and
I started martial art at 14 on 71 right now.
Wow, well, you look fantastic, man. Look at lean, mean. Well, thank you once again, Spider. I really appreciate you doing this, man. And thanks again, guys, for joining us. Charles signing out from the Bruce Lee Collection. Have fun collecting. Thanks. All right.
Beautiful. That was good.
That was cool.